So you want to quit your 9 to 5 and retire earlier than you anticipated or even earlier than most of your colleagues? Congratulations, real estate is still the number one pathway for you to do that, as many people before you has done it and many people after you will also do it. So today I'm breaking down my 6 powerful ways and strategies that you can use to retire early through real estate investing without tons of saving, without tons of experience. So you want to make sure you stick around till the end, because my number 6 actually is the game changer that 99% of new investors always completely ignore, and I don't want that to be you. Hey, my name is Wale Lawal. I'm a rental property investor based in Houston, Texas. I'm also a real estate investor agent based in Houston, Texas, and has helped a lot of people to start and scale their rental property portfolio. So when I bought my first 3 rental properties in Houston, Texas, I wasn't even thinking about retirement. I just wanted to put my money in a safe place, because obviously I worked so hard to get the money and I wanted to also protect it against inflation. And with all my research, everything was pointing me to real estate. So that was what got me into real estate. But after 3 years, the cash flow I'm getting from that property plus the appreciation, because the equity grew over time, now I saw a clear option that, hey, you can actually retire through real estate. And not only this one, he also showed me an option to either continue my corporate engineering job or I should resign to do real estate full-time, which is eventually what I did. Now, that is my personal story. This is another story of a client I've worked with. Raj is a software engineer from San Diego, California. In 2020, he got hold of me and I helped him to start his rental property portfolio in Houston. We started with a single family home. We purchased it for $250,000 in Cypress, Texas. And today, as of 2025, Raj now owns 7 doors across Houston area that is generating him around $7,000 in monthly pure cash flow, which is enough for him to cover his lifestyle and monthly expenses without him touching his W-2 income if he chooses to do that. So in this video, I am breaking down my top 6 strategies that has been proven for a lot of people that you also can use to retire earlier than you anticipated. I'm also going to show you how you can leverage your current income to build passive stream of income faster than you can imagine. I will also show you some mistakes you can avoid that a lot of people have made that keep them stuck and that made them buying a property that became a money pit for them. So you want to make sure you watch this video to the end, because I share some unpopular opinion and strategies with you that will allow you to plan and start your retirement journey on a fast track. According to CNBC, 90% of millionaires built their wealth through real estate. So if you want to be one of the top 1%, these 6 strategies can actually be your roadmap that you can follow and implement for you to start your retirement journey today. So without further ado, here are the 6 strategies anybody can use to start their retirement journey through real estate if you do it the right way. The strategy number 1 is house hacking. House hacking is when you buy a duplex, triplex, or even a fourplex. You live in one of the units and you rent out the other unit. The rent you are collecting from the other unit should cover around 80 to 90% of your mortgage. Sometimes they even cover 100%. if you put more money down. The beauty of this is that you can do this with as little as 5% down payment. I've helped a lot of people to do this. Most of them, their income is covering 100% of their mortgage, and some of them are even cash flowing $200, $300 every single month, simply because they do it the smart way that I was able to show them. Now, another beauty of house hacking is that you can actually repeat this process every single year. Let's say you bought a duplex in your year one, you can live in it for 1 year, 11 months later, you can move out and go and do it again. If you do this for about 5 years, imagine buying a duplex every single year. 5 years later, now you have a 10 rental unit, and of course, 5 years later, there will have been increase in equity, there will have been appreciation. Now you can do a cash out refinance and go and do it even more. This is how you can scale really fast and live off of the cash flow from rental property to foot your lifestyle, which will allow you to achieve that early retirement we are talking about. So the strategy number 2 is buy an old rental property. Buying a cash flowing properties in a strong rental market like your Houston, Texas, even with a $300 monthly cash flow per door, that $300 can add up really fast. Imagine a $300 with 7 doors. Imagine how much you can be putting aside on a rental property cash flow every single month that will go towards your retirement funds. This is exact strategy that Raj has used to go from 1 door to 7 doors in 3 years. He has also used this strategy to retire his wife. The third strategy you can use to retire early today is what we call the BRRRR strategy. This is a strategy that allows you to buy, rehab, rent, refinance, and repeat the process again. For example, you can buy a property of $180,000, let's say in Houston, Texas. You renovated it for $20,000. Now it appraised for $280,000. You can now go to the bank and do what we call refinance, which is what allows you to pull out your money that you put in the deal. Let's say you're able to get out $60,000 tax-free, by the way, from that property. And now you can now use that same money, that same $60,000, to go and do it again. Or if you don't want to do another BRRRR, you can just buy a long-term rental property. This is how most of the investors I know have used to scale their rental portfolio with little money out of their pocket, because they just keep recycling the same money from the previous property, or their property that's appreciated. They free up the money, they use it to buy the next one and the next one and the next one. And this is how they can say, hey, I went from 0 door to 40 doors in 3 years. This is the strategy they are talking about. And that takes me to my step number 4, which is cash out refinance. You see, over the years, once you have all this property, right, it is normal because they tend to go up in value. Historically, real estate tends to go up in value. So once they go up in value, let's say you have 5 units and each of them has appreciated on the average of $30,000 each, right? So 30,000 times 5 will give you $150,000. So you can go to the bank and say, hey, bank, I have 5 properties. This is their value. This is my mortgage balance. And they will do what we call appraisal to actually confirm the actual market value. Based on that, they will be borrowing you money up to 80% of what the value of your home actually worth. They will borrow you that money. Now, when you refinance, you pay off your existing mortgage, lender. Now you have a new loan, and now whatever money you're able to get out of it. In this case, maybe you're able to get 30,000 times 5, $150,000. That $150,000 is now available to you, tax-free, by the way, for you to go buy your next investment property. And now your next investment property doesn't have to be a single-family home. You can buy a duplex, a triplex, a fourplex, or you can even buy a commercial space if it's something you want to do. Now, the key factor here is that you'll be getting up to 80% loan to value of your property. And this is how most investors scale without needing a high income or massive savings to scale their rental portfolio. So if you're finding value in this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and make sure to click the notification bell so I can let you know the next time I have a new video. And this takes me to my strategy number 5, which is the short-term or medium-term rental strategy. You see, as a buy and hold investors, you don't have to do long-term only. You can do a short-term rental like your Airbnb, your VRBO, your Furnish Finder, where you allow people to stay in your property from 2 days, 3 days, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, 3 months, as the case may be. It doesn't have to be a long-term lease. Of course, the long-term lease is where a lot of professionals like me and you play, because we just like the guarantee and we like the consistency of the rent. We don't want to be thinking about, hey, this one is moving out, well, how do I get the next tenant? Or even the volatility in the short-term rental space. So this is why a lot of my clients prefer that long-term rental. But you don't have to do long-term rental if you want more cash flow, or you just want to put in the sweat equity, or you love hospitality business in general, because short-term rental is an hospitality business. It just have some element of real estate into it, but it is more of an hospitality business than real estate. So absolutely, you can go for Airbnb. You can convert one of your room or one of your units into a short-term or medium-term rental, and you can easily triple or double your cash flow, because now you are putting in more work, because again, like I said, it's more of an hospitality business, especially if you're in a very strong market that has a lot of tourist activities or business travel location, or your property is close to hospitals, it's close to a lot of jobs, among other reasons why people might want to stay in your property. Now, don't do this if you live in a remote location, and of course you want to do your research about short-term rental for your property, for your zip code, even for your neighborhood before you spend a lot of money on that furnishing or setting up an Airbnb. You want to make sure you do your research as much as you can. And of course, Airbnb and BRRRR, even airdna.co, they have a lot of tools, a lot of resources that will help you be a successful short-term rental investor. This is exactly one of my clients did. Sarah is a rental property investor, but she decided to do a short-term rental. She's now netting around $2,800. The last time I spoke with her, she's netting around $2,800 per month in a property located near downtown Houston. And what she's doing is she's doing a short-term rental. She's renting to travel nurses. She's renting to some construction workers, but she's putting in the sweat equity because she do a lot of networking with all these companies, all these hospitals, to make sure anytime somebody's coming to town, they are on top of our list. And this takes me to my number 6 strategy that you can actually use to retire earlier than you anticipated. This is what I call real estate professional tax strategy. This one actually allows you to use your income from real estate or from your W-2 to qualify for a real estate professional status. And this will allow you to offset your active income with property depreciation. This tax strategy alone saved me $20,000 in my taxes in 2023, and I did the same thing in 2024. So I hope you find value in this video. If you're ready to take action, you will see all my contact information in the description below. Feel free to jump on my calendar. I would love to dissect your situation and get you some clarity around how we can actually help you strategize on how you can retire earlier than you anticipated. Once again, make sure to subscribe to my channel, click on that notification bell, and feel free to share this video with anybody you would like them to retire early, because you never can tell who you're helping to retire early. So in conclusion, retiring early isn't all about luck or working too hard. It's all about putting a smart strategy in place and implementing them consistently. I've seen a lot of people go from 0 to 7 to 10 rental properties in the space of 3 years simply because they took massive action. So don't put yourself under any pressure. Just stay consistent. Put a plan in place to buy 1 to 2 rental property every single year, and you will be surprised how it's going to compound to a life-changing wealth hack. Thank you so much for watching to the end. I hope you find value in this video. Before you go, I want you to watch this next video where I walk you through how to buy your first or your next rental property with confidence. This is a no-nonsense, no-fluff kind of guide that walk you through the exact step that has worked for so many people, up to 400 people just like you, and they are using this to build their rental portfolio the smart way without losing their sleep or without losing money. Thank you so much again. I will see you on that video. Bye-bye.